Hello to everyone. Welcome to this session on professional CV writing. This is one of the very important session of design and analysis career development program. In this session, you will be learning how to build an effective and professional curriculum vitae, that is CV. Curriculum vitae plays a very important role to start your professional career. It is not a simple document. It is a very important document as it will be representing your profile, your skills, your education, your achievement in a text and readable format. When you are applying for a job, CV is the first document that will be reviewed first to consider your candidature for various positions in the organization. So if your CV is professional, well formatted, it is likely that you get the opportunity for appearing to the next round of selection process. And if your CV is not professional, not well formatted, it is 100% sure that you may not make it to the next round of selection process. So it is very important that you should have a very professional CV. Before we start how to build a great professional CV, let us understand the difference between CV, resume and biodata. CV stands for curriculum vitae. It is a short written summary of a person's qualification and education. It contains your personal detail, your name, your contact number, your email ID. It also contains your education qualification, that is graduation, post graduation, degree, diploma if any, HSC, SSC details, name of the college and university, and also the grades that you have scored. It also contains detail of your project work, your hobbies, your achievement, etc. This document is meant for job applications by freshers. Now talking about resume. It is a short written summary of a person's professional working experience, skills, qualification and education. It is similar to CV. If you or any working professional adds his working experience in the CV, that document becomes resume. So resume is a document used by working professionals for job application while changing his or her job. Got it? Now coming to biodata. It describes your biological detail. It summarized most aspects of your life, including personal and education. It contains detail like name, parent's name, date of birth, height, weight, skin color, caste, religion, nationality, and brief about your education. Biodata is mostly used for getting marriage proposals. So it will be useful for you maybe 7 to 8 years later. Now let us understand step by step how to build a great CV. We hope when you are watching this video tutorial, you must have completed learning at least 4 CAD and CAE softwares from our Design and Analysis Career Development Program, along with all the assignments. Also, we expect that you must have mastered at least one of your favorite software from the course. Now let us move on and see how to write a CV. Before we start writing a CV, let us understand and let us learn how to name it and store it at a traceable location. Most of the time, most of the people forget to name the CV. If you don't name it, first, you will not be able to trace your CV. Second, if you send your CV without naming it to any HR for any job application, they will not download your CV. Even if they download and if they find potential candidate, they later find it difficult to trace the CV as there is no name. In such cases, potential candidates loses the job opportunities. So it is very important to give a proper name to your CV. Let us learn it with an example. So open a new file, Word file, So let us consider this file as your CV. So write your name. For example, if your name is Sushil Bhagat, write your name, put underscore, write your qualification, BE MEC. You can write the year of passing, for example, year 22, write underscore, write fresher. So this can be one of the way of naming your CVs. If you are a fresher but you have passed in a previous year, in that case you should not write your year of passing. In that case, your CV name can be Sushil Bhagat underscore B Mech Fresher. If you have a specific skills that is required for the job that you are applying for, highlight it by writing it in a file name. For example, if you have a good knowledge in CATIA V5 and that is the requirement of the job, in that case you can write underscore advanced CATIA V5 so that HR can notice it before opening your CV, and this will give you higher advantage for shortlisting. Okay, sometimes students have an habit of writing CV underscore, but it's my personal recommendation, don't write CV underscore, because again it is not traceable. Okay, so avoid writing CV, start naming it from your name. Okay, so these are few more options how you can write it, as I have given you: name, qualification, year, fresher. If you have a special skills, you add the skills. Okay, avoid writing CV here, as I told you before. If you have a skills like advanced NX, write advanced NX. It will give you more advantage. Okay, now talking about how to store it. For example, if you want to store the CV in your laptop, make a new folder, name it as CV, write your name. Keep all the files, keep the file in that folder, and make it sure you're not saving this folder on the desktop. Okay, save it somewhere in D drive or E drive. Don't save it in C drive. Okay, keep updating your CVs periodically, maybe 15 days or 30 days. Now, whenever you are updating your CV, open the file, make a copy of it, save as, write today's date, month, year. Okay, click save as. Now, this file will be the absolute file from today. So, your fresh, this is the fresh file, open it, update it, make the changes, and save it. Okay, now the current file, that is this file, you can update and save. This will be your latest updated CV. You can keep three latest file that got absolute, remaining you can delete with time. Don't keep lot of files in this folder. Okay, so this was about how to name it and how to store it effectively. Hope you got an idea over it. Now let us see different types of CV formats and the content step by step. There are two types of CVs. One is a single page, or we call it also as a one page CV. And the second one is a multi page CV. Before writing CV, we should remember that HR gets thousands of applications for a particular position, and it is very difficult for them to go through multi page CV as there is a time constraint. Hence, it is recommended for freshers to keep your CV short. It can be a one page CV, or maximum it can be a two-page CV. But don't ever make it 3 to 4 pages. Okay, let us see both the format. one by one. Let us now talk about the content of CV. So the CV content, the heading, objective, key skills, education, certification, academic projects, extracurricular activities, and personal detail. Let us understand each and every content in details one by one. First, the heading. Do not write curriculum vitae or CV in the heading. HR knows it that it is a CV or resume. So we don't have to mention that in the heading. Mentioning CV or curriculum vitae in the heading can be a negative impression. So avoid writing CV or curriculum vitae in headline. Instead of that, you should write your name, contact number, and email ID. Okay, so let us delete this and let us make our name as a heading of the CV. So write your name, email ID, and contact number. Okay, most of the time students write only the name in the heading and they prefer to write email ID and contact number at the bottom in personal detail. But that is really a wrong practice. So you must highlight your name in the heading along with the email ID and contact number. You can also mention your qualification. For example, here you can write BE Mech if you are a mechanical engineer. You can write BE Automobile if you are a automobile engineer. Okay, BE Mechanical. If you are from a premium college, just like IITs or NITs or a well-known college, you can write the college name in short. For example, here I will write BE Mechanical from NITW. That stands for National Institute of Technology, Warangal. Okay, it will further add value to your profile. On the right side, you should add your professional photograph here. Okay, you can just insert a text box here and you can import a photograph from your library. Okay, now this photograph should be a very professional photograph. Please do not add photo that is casual. If you do not have professional photograph, get it on your formal dresses sitting in a straight position. That will really add value to your CV. Now let us learn to write an objective in the CV. First thing, you should not mention objective here. Okay, so delete this. The first line is by default objective of your CV and it is well understood by HRs. Second, your objective should not be self-centric. I will show you some examples of self-centric objectives and that you should not write. So these are the few examples. We will try to understand why it is self-centric. The first objective says to secure a position in R&D to improve my skills in design and development. After reading this, the recruiters may not be interested to read your CV further. The HR may think that you are looking for an organization to improve your skills and you may leave the company once your skills are improved. Hence, your CV is rejected. Let us see the next objective. The next objective says looking for a role of design engineer in MNC where I can learn new technologies and grow. Here, the candidate has made two mistakes. First, he has shown interest in working with MNC, that is, multinational companies. In that case, if the candidate has applied for a job in non MNC, a small companies, maybe a country based company, he will be rejected. As the recruiter may think that he is only interested for MNCs or he may take our organization as a stepping stone to join an MNC. Second thing, he has mentioned in objective that he is looking for MNC where he can learn new technologies and grow. Nowhere he has mentioned that he is willing to contribute to the organization's growth. So after reading this, the recruiters do not see any benefit in hiring him. Hence, his CV is rejected. Now, if you see the third objective, it says seeking for a job of C engineer in a well established automotive firm. This is also very self centric. The engineer is interested only in well established automotive firm, and in case if he has applied for a non automotive firm, he will be rejected. The fourth objective says ambitious to be a C engineer in an industry serving to MNC clients where I can explore my knowledge and enhance my skills. Here also the candidate has made two mistakes. He is showing interest in an organization working only for MNCs. Also he is saying that he wants to learn. Nowhere he is mentioning that he wants to contribute. Few important points you should keep in your mind when you are framing your objective. Your objective should communicate about your willingness to contribute towards organization's mission and vision. Your objective should show that you are willing to take up the duties in the hiring organization and you are willing to contribute a lot in the organization's growth. So let us see some examples of a great objectives. So I have shown only two examples. You can frame taking the fundamentals from this. So the first objective says seeking a career as a CA engineer in your organization to develop solution for the company and give high quality results for the jobs and the duties being undertaken. So the candidate is very clear. He has clearly mentioned that he wants to join your organization, that is a recruiting organization. So after reading this, the HR or the recruiter will definitely feel happy and he or she may think to read further and know more about your profile. The candidate has also shown interest towards developing solutions to the company and giving quality results. So the objective is very clear towards organization's growth. The second objective says seeking a career as a design engineer in your organization to develop solution for the company and your prestigious corporate client. Here the candidate is clearly mentioning I want to work in your company, I want to develop solution for your company. Also I want to develop solution for the clients you are working with. Along with, he has also shown a positive attitude of learning by saying, along with self skill development, taking challenging assignments. So, here he has shown a positive learning attitude by taking challenging assignments. If your objective is similar to this, if your objective is inclined towards organization's growth, definitely recruiters are going to be very happy to read your profile further and to know more about you. And this will really benefit you in the selection process. So, your objective has to be very clear, very inclined towards organizations, growth, goal, mission, and vision. Now, let us learn how to write key skills in the CV. This is the section where you have to write and project your key skills in a right way. Let us take few cases and understand in a better way. Before that, let us assume that you have completed our design and analysis career development program that includes certification course in CATIA V5, certification course in Siemens NX, certification course in Creo, certification course in Hypermesh, certification course in ANSYS, and certification course in LS Dyna. Now let us take case 1. If you are applying for a job for a position of design engineer, and the requirement for the position is knowledge in CATIA V5. In that case, you should mention CATIA V5 in detail as your primary skills as shown on your screen. Okay, so here it is mentioned CATIA V5, and in CATIA V5 you know Sketcher, part design, assembly, drafting, 2D to 3D conversion, 3D to 2D conversion, and you have to mention the projects, the mini projects, the assignments that you have created while your course. Okay, and remaining key skills you can write as basic knowledge in NX, Creo, Hypermesh, ANSYS, LS Dyna. The reason behind writing like this is to showcase that you have the primary skills which is matching the requirement of a job. So when the HR will read your skills, he or she will find that your skills are matching the job requirement, and definitely your CV will be shortlisted for the further process. Okay, let us take case 2. If you are applying for a job of CA engineer and the requirement for the position is knowledge in Hypermesh, in that case you should mention Hypermesh in detail as your primary skills as I am writing it on in the resume. Okay, so you need to modify it and you have to mention Hypermesh as your primary skills. Okay, so whatever you know in Hypermesh, you have to mention here. Okay, so what we have done, we have mentioned Hypermesh as your primary skill as it is the requirement of the job. So when HR will read this, he or she will find that your skills are matching to the requirement of a job, and definitely your CV will be shortlisted. Okay, so this is the way of writing key skills. Whatever is the job requirement that you need to understand first, and you need to project those skills as your primary skills, and remaining skills you need to project is it as a secondary skills. It is mandatory that you should have skills. Without any skills, you may not be able to get a job even after getting a degree. So if you don't have skills right now, it is the right time you should purchase our design and analysis career development program. In that, you should purchase gold membership where you will get lifetime access to our courses. Also, we will be adding new courses periodically, and those courses will be free of cost without any additional cost to you. So, buy your gold membership and develop your skills to become a successful mechanical engineer. And now, let us learn how to write education qualification in your CV. So, below key skills, you have to write education qualification. Okay, in the heading, you can write education. You can use any of these two formats. It can be in this format where you are mentioning the year of passing first, then your degree, your college, location of the college with the marks. Or you can mention, you can use this format, which is a tabular format. Mostly people prefer using this format. Okay. At the top, you should mention your highest qualification. So this is the part. If you're graduate, for example, if you have completed your BE mechanical, you have to write here BE mechanical. If you are postgraduate, you can write MTech mechanical, MTech automobile, whatever your qualification is, followed by the remaining. Okay, for example, if you are done BE, it should be followed by either diploma or HSC, whatever is applicable, followed by HSC and followed by SSC. If you are postgraduate, first write MTech, followed by BE, followed by if you have diploma or HSC, write it, followed by SSC. Okay. Do not write in a reverse way. That is a wrong practice. Okay. So in this tabular form, you have to mention details like name of the degree. Here I mentioned BE Mechanical Engineering. You can also write Bachelor of Engineering in Mechanical. Okay. Followed by here you have to write the college name. You can write the college name. The college name should not be in a shortcut. It should be the entire name, but ensure that it is not going beyond the space. Okay. Followed by if you want to write the university, you can write the university. For example, if you are from NIT Warangal, say National Institute of Technology Warangal. Okay, you have to write the college name in this fashion. Okay, National Institute of Technology Warangal. Then you have to mention year of passing followed by percentage or CGPA. Whatever it may be, you have to clearly mention whether it is a percentage or CGPA. Okay, followed by HSC, similar all details. Here you have to mention your college name, and if you want to mention the board, you write the board. For example, if you are a student of Mount Carmel Convent School, uh, Pune, you mention Mount Carmel Convent School, comma Pune. In bracket, you can write CBSC. Okay, followed by year of completion and this percentage that you have scored. Okay, point is clear. Okay, so one more important thing: if there is a gap in your academics, for example, if you are lost 1 or 2 years, maybe due to various reason, so in that case, avoid writing year of completion. Okay, at the time of interview, you can narrate it. Okay, and if you are undergraduate, if you are not completed your degree, for example, if you are into third year of your engineering or if you are into final year of engineering, in that case you can write here BE mechanical dash pursuing. Okay, so that the recruiter can understand you are still undergraduate and you will be graduated the coming academic year. Okay, so this is the way you have to write the education details in your CV. Now let us know more about certification. As you are graduated or you will be graduating in coming years and will be looking forward to start your career in your area of interest. Now to get job in your area of interest, maybe design, maybe CAE, product development, quality, or manufacturing, or something like that. Every profile requires certain skill set. For example, to become a design engineer, you should have knowledge in design software. For becoming a CA engineer, you should have knowledge in CE software. And if you do not have any of skills, it will not be possible for you to get that job. Hence, it is mandatory for you to develop those skills by doing various certification course. So this is the segment where you are supposed to write the certification course that you have completed. It is below the education. Okay. So if you want to become a design engineer, learn softwares like CATIA V5, Siemens NX or Creo. If you want to become a CA engineer, learn softwares like Hypermesh, ANSYS or LSDyno. Okay? But do not wait for completion of your graduation. It will be very difficult to learn all the softwares after graduation as the time will be very limited for you and you will be looking for a job at the earliest and it will be very difficult for you to learn all the softwares in a short span of time. So it is recommended that you should join our design and analysis career development program and start learning all the softwares one by one during your graduation. By the time you are graduate, you will have knowledge in all the softwares and you will be eligible to take up job either in design or in CAE. During your graduation, if you take our course, that is Design and Analysis Career Development Program, you will be completing the certification in CATIA, you will be completing the certification in Siemens Henex, you will be completing the certification in Creo, you will be completing your certification in Hypermesh, you will also complete certification in ANSYS and LS Dyna. Okay, so by the time you're graduate, you will master all these softwares and you will be eligible to take any job in any company, either design or in CAE. Okay, so if you take up the course, you will be eligible to write all this content in your under your certification course column. Okay, in this case, I will delete this and I'll keep this. Okay, so to join our design and analysis career development program, you will be able to learn all these softwares and you will be able to fill this column with all your skill sets. And this is going to be a really a turning point for your career. And this will add a lot of value to your CV. Looking at this, any HR will feel like you have good skills that you have developed during your graduation and you should be a great fit for the job. Okay, so take advantage of it and buy your gold membership today. If you find the membership costly, you can give us a call and we will make it very affordable to you, as our mission is to train each and every mechanical engineer. Now let us talk about academic project. It is again a very important topic from technical point of view. So it should be placed below certification courses. Okay, here you can mention BE final year project or you can mention academic project. Anyone is okay. Okay, if you are a MTech student, you can mention your MTech project. Below that, you can write BE project. Okay, if you have done BE and also diploma, first write BE project, then below this you write a diploma project. Okay, so higher should be always at the top. Okay, now the academic project, whether it is a MTech project, BE project, or your diploma project, you should write a brief summary of your project and also your contribution in that project. So here if you can see, we have mention the title of your project and write a brief summary of the project. Also write what is your role and responsibility and what is your contribution in the project. For example, you may be working in a team of 4 or 3, so it is always possible that uh, you may be contributing more rather than others, so you should write your role and your contribution in the project. Okay, important point is that most of the questions in technical interview will be on your project, so be very sure on what you write. Your project will showcase your technical knowledge and your ability to implement theory into practical. So your projects plays a very important role when it comes to your technical knowledge. So make it sure you select the right project and do it very promptly and do lot of contribution so that it will be easy for you to crack the technical interviews. Okay. So guys, now let's talk about extracurriculum activities. It is followed by academic project. It should be written below academic projects. Here we have mentioned the extracurriculum activity below the academic project. Now, extracurriculum activity is very important for students' overall development. Extracurriculum activity give you a platform to improve your skills as well as to demonstrate your skills. From your extracurriculum activity, the HR manager and the recruiter may judge your skills like your leadership quality, your team player quality, your involvement and participation, your innovation, your hardworking ability, etc. And this is going to be very important from selection point of view for various position. So make it sure you participate in various events and activities during and after your college. So you have to mention all those below extracurriculum activity one by one. It can be participation in debate, it can be a participation or winning in group discussion, it can be a participation in athletics, sports, internship, etc. You can write everything what you have done. Okay, so as I told you, it is going to play an important role to judge few of your skills. So make it sure you participate in various events and activities and develop your skills and also demonstrate your skills. So now coming to the last part of the CV writing, the last part is personal details. So in the personal detail, you should write your date of birth in the format date, month and year. It is not required to mention age. It is not required at all. So further, you write the languages that you know. If you know English, Hindi, and Marathi, you can write in any sequence. Sequence doesn't make any difference. Okay. Followed by current address. Current address is required so that the recruiter can communicate with you in current address. For example, if you are from a native like Satara, Sangli, and if you are looking for a job in Pune, if you have a current address in Pune, it will be easy for the recruiters to communicate with you. Okay, followed by permanent address. Okay, also you should mention your strengths. It is not mandatory, but if you mention it, it's good. But be very careful when you mention your strength. If you mention your strength, you should have a supporting event to explain your strength. For example, if you write, I am a good team player, then you should have a certain example where you have demonstrated that you are a team player. If you say, I am very confident, you should have a certain event to explain that you are very confident. Similarly, if you say, I am a smart worker, you should have a certain event that you have performed in your career to support that whatever you are saying is true. So make it sure whatever strength you are writing, you should have a supportive answer for it. Okay. Now, in most of the CVs, you will see declaration. It is not at all required. Okay. No need to write a declaration. Just you can write date, place, name, and signature. Okay. And the last part, you have to ensure that whatever fonts you are using, for example, if you can see here, it is Calibri 12. You make it sure all the fonts are similar. Okay, it should not be like some are Calibri, some are Arial, some are Times Roman. It should not be like that. Make it sure fonts are similar and has same font size. Okay, for heading you can change. For example, if you see here it is mentioned 11, you can make it 12. Okay, for all you can make 12 so that it looks better. So at the last, ensure that all the fonts and font size are similar. Okay. Also ensure that the alignments and spacings are proper. It should not be uneven. Okay. For example, if you see the spacing here, it is common. Okay. If you see spacing, if you see the spacing here, it is common. Okay. This gap is similar to this gap. Okay. It should not be uneven. So that's all about writing a professional CV. I hope you must have learned a lot of things about CV writing and you will really practice it and make your CV a very professional CV. Okay, for your reference, we are going to upload five sample CVs below the course that you can download it for your reference. Okay. Important points I would like to share with you. Do not copy your friend's CV or resume. Develop a habit of writing your own CV. Update your CV frequently. Keep adding your skills by taking additional courses. Read and be thorough on whatever you have written in your CV. Okay, so as I told you, CV is a document which will be used by fresher for job application, and that is the first document that will be reviewed to consider you for the job. So make it sure it is very professional, and whatever you have written in it, you are able to answer every question on it. Okay, all the best and thank you. So now let us see quickly one page CV. One page CV is similar to the multi-page CV, only the difference is in one page CV you have to present all the content systematically in one page. Okay, so let us take an example and try to understand more about one page CV. So this is one of the format of one page CV. It is divided, the page is divided into two columns, and on the left side you can see you have a profile picture. Ensure that the profile picture is very professional. Write your name. Below that, you can write your degree. As I told you, if you are from premium college, write your college name. Followed by email ID, contact number, current address. Also, you can add your permanent address below this. Okay. Now, followed by on the left side, you can add soft skills and certification. You can write the name of the software. Also, you can rate it as per the level of knowledge that you have gained during your certification course. Make it sure, write the name of the software on the top, which is the basic requirement of the job that you are applying. Okay, and ensure that the ratings are higher. Okay, the ratings can be out of 10 or you can rate it on the scale of 5. Okay, so followed by personal details as we have discussed previously, and then you can write skill sets and your strength. Okay, in skill sets you can again rate it. It is not mandatory that you rate it, but still if you feel you want to rate it, you can rate it. Okay, on the right top we have objective. We have mentioned here objective as there is no heading here. That was not the case in the previous two-page CV. So we have mentioned here objective, and then we have written the objective, followed by key skills. Um, Similarly, ensure that you are writing those skills at the top. That is the mandatory requirement for the job that you are applying for, followed by other skills as a basic skills. Okay, followed by education, similar to what we have seen before. Then you can write finally your project, title, description, and your roles and responsibilities that you have, also the contribution that you have done. Followed by extracurricular activity, and at the bottom, date, place, signature. Okay, so systematically, if you can notice that we have presented all the content from the two-page CV in one-page CV. So the only thing that we have eliminated is we have certification course we have written in a short form. We have rated ourselves as per the software knowledge that we have. Okay, we are not put in a descriptive manner. Okay, so depend on the scenarios you can choose the type of CVs that you want to make. It can be a two-page, it can be a one-page. Okay, and one more thing, as I have shown you here, the background is dark in color. So if you are making a soft copy and if you are sending a soft copy of a CV, you can use these colors. But when you are taking a printout, prefer using a white background. Okay, else you have to take a color print. Okay, so don't use a color background and take a black and white print. Okay, so that's all about the CV writing. Hope you have learned a lot of things from this, and we expect that you practice it and make your CV a very professional CV. Thank you.